Hi everyone, this is Gail from Rainbow Food Rocks, and if you're looking for the perfect holiday gift this year, look no further. My book is wheat-free, dairy-free, corn-free, soy-free, egg-free, gluten-free. It's almost everything free. No, I'm just kidding. It's peanut-free, it's vegan compliant, vegetarian compliant, plant-based compliant, and if you eat meat, all you need to do is just add the meat to your recipes. Otherwise, this is a book for everyone. It's a book I used to heal my 3 kids and myself, and today I am coming at you to teach you how to make an apple cherry pecan salad. And that's on page 74, again in my recipe book, Rainbow Food Rocks, which is available on Amazon. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the ingredients. So I have some extra ingredients here because I have a CSA from Sing Meadows, which is Sing Farms in Tempe, Arizona. I am supporting local, and I'm also growing a lot of my own food. However, for these videos, I'm showing how you can make, and I thought it would be 1 week, but now it's 2 weeks worth of meals from one CSA basket that only cost $55. And I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm just showing you so that you can learn. So I have here a bunch of different lettuces that I got from Sing Meadows. I have some chard down at the bottom. I have my beet greens, 2 different colors of beet greens. I have some parsley. I defrosted cherries. Cherries are not in season. They're usually in season around April, May. So I defrosted some cherries, and I'm retaining some, not all, but some of the juice to actually pour on as well for the dressing. And I have my kale, which if you watched my last video, I did a quinoa, kind of like faux beef kale over sweet potato dish. So here's the kale. So I'm going to mix my lettuces. Normally in this recipe, if you read the ingredients, it talks about 2 cups of lettuce or 2 cups of spinach. So I'm just going to mix it up. And then I am going to do a cup of green or red cabbage. In this case, I have green from Sing Meadows. And I've already gone and sliced that, and it's right back here, so you can come see it. And I normally use green apples, so the recipe calls for 1 green apple. I sliced 1 green apple and a half of a red apple, just in case I don't have enough. I only had 1 green apple. And apples do come in the CSA basket also, which is pretty awesome. Then the other thing is 1/4 of red onions, so I went and chopped up some red onion, and sometimes the CSA baskets have onions as well. I believe my basket did have some onions this time. I can't recall, but I believe so. Usually I get onions and potatoes and all those good things too. And we're going to do 1/4 cup of raw pecans. So I already have some pecans here in a bowl, ready to go. And what else? So then I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and I have the olive oil which I showed in my last video here. Normally I like to use PGI, and I like the package date, the manufacture date, to be as recent as possible. Been having some trouble getting a hold of some really amazing oils, so this one is the one that I'm using right now, which I have not had a problem with. And I sometimes, if it's a salad just for me, like to put some C60 on top. I'm not sponsored by C60, but maybe one day in the future I will be. So I am going to put that on my personal salad. I'm not telling anyone they have to. That's not in the recipe book. That's just something I'm going to do because I have the olive oil one. And if you're looking to buy this, my friend Dr. Paul Cottrell actually sells this, and also my friend Rex Bear from Leak Project. So you can go on their channels and look up how to purchase this if you're interested in purchasing it. The other thing here is I'm going to be using 1/8 cup of fresh parsley. Oh, I have some children here that are trying to come into the video. Kids, you need to go that way.
I love you, Mama.
I love you too, but you need to go that way. Otherwise,
Okay.
they'll take my video off the channel. Jeffy, go that way. Go that way. So sometimes filming can be very interesting with 3 kids, and I'm hoping that they'll behave for the rest of the video and stay over there because YouTube might not like the fact that they're in my food videos. So the other ingredients will be the sea salt and nettle salt and the black pepper. So there you have it for ingredients. And then in my recipe books, like I mentioned in the last video, I always have, and I'm just going to adjust this since the kids bumped into it, I always have a plan ahead and a once ready. So the plan ahead was actually the prep work, the preparation work to getting this all together and cutting and slicing and dicing. And then the once ready is really just putting it all together. So the plan ahead was place the 10 frozen cherries in a bowl and defrost, which I've already gone and done. And I'll pan over so you can see. Whoop, there you go. So you can see there are the cherries. And then retain the cherry juice, which I already have done. Thinly slice and shred the cabbage, which I already showed you over in the back, and I'll pan over to show you. Let's pan over. There you go, so you can see it's back there. All right, and chopping the lettuce if necessary, which I already did in my prep work, and I explained that in my last video with the Sing Meadows CSA basket. I spent about 3-4 hours preparing all of that, and I had a massive amount of greens to prepare and wash and sort and such. Again, you can watch my last video to learn more about that. So dicing the onion, which I already showed you, the red onion. Chopping the pecans if necessary, slicing the apple, and chopping the parsley. And usually I put cilantro in this recipe. I ran out of cilantro. I do have some in the garden. I'm not about to run out there right now, so I will just add it later on. And then we're just gonna place all of them in the bowl. So super easy peasy salad recipe, really not much to it. It's all the preparation, and once you have everything stored in your refrigerator, then it's just a matter of just grabbing and putting together. And so when I'm not doing a video, I mean, I get this done like that. So we're just gonna grab a little bit of my greens here. So I'll grab a little bit of the top greens, a little bit of the chard hidden at the bottom. I'm grabbing a little of my beet greens. I have 2 different kinds, so we'll put those in there. I'm gonna grab the parsley, put that in there. And it doesn't have to be anything too particular. I'm gonna grab some more of these beet greens that I have over here, and we're gonna grab some kale. I'm gonna go with the purple kale. Add some kale in there. So you can see I have all the greens added. And then I'm going to put in the cherries, so remember retaining the juice too. Actually, I'll leave the cherries for putting on top, just like, you know, cherry on top. So we're gonna go put the cabbage inside. Whoops, and I am getting stuff all over the floor. Isn't that fun? We'll get the apples, and we'll put the apples inside. We'll grab a little bit of red, mostly green. I like the green, but like I said, I had a limited amount. Jeffy, can you go over there? Please, 5 more minutes. All right, so we're almost done with this recipe. We're gonna get the green onions, not green onions, I'm sorry, red onions, and put them on top. And my kids are trying to hold out here, so hopefully they'll hold out for the film just long enough. And guys, I don't want YouTube to take down my video, so I need to get the kids to not be in the video. Go over that way. Go over. Okay, you stay. Stay. All right, so I love you too, Pumpkin. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest on as quickly as possible. All right, and I'm gonna put the pecans in. You can see I have a little bit more than I probably said, and that's okay. Oh shoot, I put it on the wrong bowl. That's okay, we'll just grab it and put it over there. I got distracted with my son coming on the video. Okay, so we'll just move this back over here. You didn't see that, it's okay. The thing is, this will all become salad anyhow, so it's really not a big deal. And you know, the thing with all my recipes, other than the ones that I have for baking, is if you make a mistake like that, it's not a big deal. Just have fun in the kitchen. That's the main point. I'm waiting for someone to actually watch this full video and notice in the comments and be like, did you just dump that on the wrong Pyrex? That's so funny. All right, and then I like to add some lemon juice. You know, in this recipe, I don't have the lemon juice, but I personally like to put lemon on. I feel like it brings out more of the nutrition in the greens. So I have my juicer here, my handheld juicer, and I'm just juicing a lemon. And again, it isn't necessary for this recipe. In fact, when I usually serve it for people, I don't put lemon, but you can add it. I mean, that's the beauty with a salad. You can add things as you like them. It doesn't have to be so rigid. Certain key things you wouldn't want to put maybe, but generally you're fine. So just get as much juice as possible from this lemon. And while I'm doing that, I'm also thinking I'm going to put the nettle salt and the pepper. As everyone knows, I always use those. And I'm also going to put the dulse. There we go. Now the tricky thing is when my hands are wet trying to open this. Let me see if I can dry them off. There we go. So we're going to pour that on. And again, it's not required at all. This recipe will be amazing even if you don't have it. But I'm just doing that because I like to. I'm going to put a little more parsley. I personally like extra parsley in mine. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and use all the parsley. That'll make up for the fact that I didn't have the cilantro ready. All right. So now it's starting to look like this big, awesome salad. I'll show you. You can see the layering inside. Ooh, it's gonna be awesome with dinner. And then we'll do the olive oil. So remember that was 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil. I'm eyeing it. I'm not going to actually sit there and measure it out. I've done this plenty that I can kind of just eye it and know how much. And again, I put extra lettuce in because of my goof, so that'll change things a little bit. For me personally, I'm going to put in some of the C60. So like I said, you can go on Dr. Paul Cottrell's channel or Rex Fairley Project and buy some of that. And yes, I do eat salads this big. It usually takes me 2 days. I can eat half of it in one sitting. And sometimes people are like, well, what? She can really eat that much? Oh yeah. All right, so that should be enough for the 2-day span. While I'm adding that. And the last thing is my toppings. So again, my nettle salt. In the last video, I went over how you can get this at Ananda Farm Camino Island. You can also find it in my recipe book on page 12. And again, that recipe book is on Amazon. It's also on blurb.com. Some people do not want to support Amazon at this time. So you can go on blurb.com. It's a little more expensive. The print quality is much better. But for me, I have to sell it at a certain price point because it costs so much to print for the quality that I wanted. Because I'm self-published, I'm not through a publishing company. So it makes a huge difference in how much it costs to print books. So that is hopefully going to answer some questions because a lot of people look at the price point and go, oh, why is it like that? And my book actually has 128 recipes. So it's over 100 recipes, and they're breakfast, lunches, dinners, desserts. It's something for everyone, and it's all delicious food and nutritious food. And when I buy my ingredients, I make sure everything is organic or grown without any chemicals. Again, the dulse is not in the recipe book, but I personally am adding the dulse because, as I went over in my last video, it detoxifies, it takes out heavy metals, and it supplies a great amount of iodine, which is really important. And you can go to Dr. Paul Cottrell's channel to learn more about what iodine can do. And put on some black pepper. It's my key things I always have on hand. And voila. So we'll give it a nice little mixing. Here, get that off there. And then I'll show you. And then we'll eat. Apples and all the other goodies are hidden underneath. You got to bring those up to the top. Now, if you have clean hands, you can put your hands right in and start mixing as well. I'm just mixing carefully because I put a little bit more lettuce than I would normally because of that goof earlier. Look at how beautiful this is looking. Again, all these beautiful colors. I know we like to keep things colorful, rainbow foods. Mix a little bit more and then I'll show you on camera. Now the apples will get stained by the cherry juice and that's okay. They still taste delicious. But just be aware that if you let it sit overnight, they'll turn pretty red from the cherry juice. All right, so we have that pretty nicely mixed up. And, you know, what, before we go, I use a product. It's called Living Spirulina, and it's the one and only product that I have an affiliate program with. And I wanted to go ahead and show you quickly. Let me go ahead and show you the salad, and then I'll show you this before we end this video. So here is the beautiful salad. This is the cherry apple pecan salad in my recipe book. Again, Rainbow Food Rocks, page 74. And I want to show you before we go, hold on one moment, that I do use Living Spirulina. Now, this comes directly from Florida, and it gets next day shipped. The thing is that they are having some harvesting issues, which is very, very interesting to me. So, if you're interested in this product, you can wait in the queue, but you might not get it until another month from now because they are going as they produce. Spirulina is great for so many things. This has so many different vitamins and minerals, and I'll show you what it looks like here. Kind of looks like black tar, but it doesn't taste like anything. And a lot of people like to mix this with coconut water. Spirulina will pull out a bunch of different toxins. So if you're taking supplements, I would not take your supplements at the same time as using this. You do want this on an empty stomach. So the morning is great, but if you already have a whole bunch of different other things you do in the morning, then you can just do it when you have an empty stomach. So I'm gonna show you me eating this. So here we go. There you go. So it really doesn't taste like much of anything, and I'll go ahead and eat the rest of this, and hopefully I can order in the next month. So please like, subscribe, share with like-minded people, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Wash your mouth with your mouth.